Welcome back to our YouTube channel, friends. Today I will give you an insight on international law. What is international law? It is a set of rules and regulations generally accepted by nations in order to form established, peaceful, and consistent relations among each other. It establishes normative guidelines and common framework in various situations such as tragedy, war, diplomacy, trade, human rights, etc. When these kind of irrelevant or impromptu situations arise, all nations are guided by the rules and regulations set by international law. Basically, there are two theories which define the nature of international law. The first one is theory of law of nature, and the second one is theory of positivism. Theory of law of nature is subject to nature. It basically defines that it is related to the religion. The law of nature is the main source of law in this theory, according to this theory. It is based and the main source is regarded as nature. However, this theory is subject to criticism as nature has a very vague meaning. It cannot be defined or explained in a particular manner. Different jurists have given different meaning to it, and there is no particular or specific meaning to this term nature. The theory of positivism is related to a set of rules and guidelines which are binding on all nations. It is treated in this view the treaties or customs, they are treated as the main source of international law. There are three theories which are derived from law of positivism. First one is consent theory, second one is auto limitation theory, and third one is pacta sunt servanda. Let's discuss them one by one. The first one is consent theory. According to this theory, all nations have given their consent to accept the guidelines laid by the international law. The guidelines laid by the international law are binding upon them in all sense. However, this theory is subject to criticism because according to this theory, the nations are bounded by the international law and it is immaterial whether they give their consent or not. It does not matter whether the country or whether a particular nation have given their consent to accept the guidelines or not. They are bounded by the international law. The second one is auto limitation theory. In this theory, the countries are different entities and they have the power to exercise their power and do their administrative duty, run their nation according to themselves. And they have the full right to do so. However, this theory is subject to criticism on the ground of the state's will. State's will is nothing less than a country's will is nothing of the people who form the country. Basically, it says that the people who form the country, it's their will. It's their consent and it's their will. The third one is pacta sunt servanda. According to this theory, the treaties, the customs, they are the main basis of law of positivism. According to theory of pacta sunt servanda, the parties to a treaty are bound to obey, bound to accept the terms, the rules and regulations in good faith. However, this theory fails to explain and acknowledge the rules, regulations, and the binding force which binds the nation. This theory fails to explain whether there is a binding force in order to keep the nations together, whether they have something in common to bind themselves and to accept the rules set by the international law, any kind of agreement or contract, anything like that. The real basis of international law. What is the real basis of international law? Whatever we have understood earlier, there is a theory and there is a criticism to it. But what is the real sense of international law? Basically, whatever happens in one part of the world impacts all the other countries of the world. Isolation is an absolute term right now. So whatever happens in one part of the world For example, any war which happens or any violence which happens, it directly or indirectly impacts all the other countries, the trade, the import and export, the business, the relations between different countries. So, in order to maintain peace and stability all over the world, these laws are made and these guidelines are set so that all countries can live peacefully and harmony can exist in the world. So, friends, this was a topic for today. I hope you liked it. I will be coming up with more innovative and different topics to give you an insight of the legal world. Please subscribe to our channel, like, and share the video. Thank you so much.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.